What's up, my friends? It's C-Threep, and the time has come to do a head-to-head comparison of the Blue Yeti to the Blue Snowball in the most helpful way that I feel like I can do, and that is to record a full song with each of these microphones and compare the individual instruments head-to-head as we go along. So that is drums, acoustic guitars, electric guitars, piano, vocals. We're gonna hear all of these, clips of these instruments and vocals one after another head-to-head, and then at the end of the video I have put these songs together and we'll listen to a clip of that song that was recorded with the Yeti and then compare that clip to the song that was recorded with the Snowball. I will say up front that they are both good microphones for the price. They're very easy to use. You just plug it right into your computer. They have very, very low background noise, so it's not picking up a lot of that white noise that some microphones tend to do. So without further ado, let's do this comparison and see which one comes out on top. Whoa, did you hear that? When it went from the Yeti drums to the Snowball drums, did you hear that difference in the sound of the cymbals? So here's my take on the drums. I think the Yeti is a little bit more clear. I think each individual part of the drum set kind of stands out on its own. I think the cymbals sound a little bit more smooth. They don't kind of overtake the drum recording as much as they do in the recording with the Snowball. So overall, it's a little more well-rounded recording that we're getting from the Yeti than with the Snowball, which sounds a little bit more cardboardy, I think is the word that I would probably use for that. Okay, now let's check out the acoustic guitar. The main difference I'm hearing with the acoustic guitar is that the Yeti is pulling out a little bit more clarity so I can hear the individual notes better, whereas with the Snowball, the notes are blending together just slightly, and so it gives a more warm sound to it. Now for the electric guitar, I've put the amp in a closet. There's some clothing and things to dampen the sound, and I think that gets a more in-your-face sound from the amplifier. So let's hear those recordings. Those are two very different recordings. I think the Yeti again has a deeper, more full tone, but the way that the Snowball is designed is how it picks up frequencies is there's kind of a bump around some of the mid-range frequencies, meaning it is louder at those mid-range frequencies with the Snowball, and so that helps the electric guitar. In some instances, I feel like, maybe the Snowball version sounds better than the Yeti. They're both, pretty good in comparison. They're just different. It's a different sound that you're getting with each microphone. Now let's hear a quick comparison of the piano. They're both fairly comparable, though I do think with the Snowball we're getting a slightly more cardboardy sound again. For the vocals, we're going back to the closet. I just like the way that the clothing in the closet absorbs a lot of the sound so we don't get some of the echo and reverb of the room. So let's check that out. The leaf turned red, but not red enough For green kept riding its wake, and in the dust the leaf turned red, but not red enough. For green kept riding its wake, and in the dust, and it feels like I forgot everything. And it feels like I forgot everything. Again, if I could sum up the difference between the way that those recordings sound, I would say that the Yeti has much more clarity. The Snowball has a bit more muddy, mid-range sound to it. So we're getting a lot more clarity out of the Yeti, and I think it shines through most with those vocals. Okay, let's put the song together now and hear a 15 or 20 second clip of the Yeti version of the song, and then hear that same clip from the Snowball version of the song. Cliche phrases to be heard have come and gone like autumn bird. The golden rule and all her cliche phrases to be heard have come and gone like autumn bird. Golden rule and all cliche phrases to be heard have come and gone. Overall, I would say between these two microphones, the Yeti is the one that sounds better. It's a little more versatile, so for each instrument, it tends to do a pretty good job, whereas compared to the Snowball, it sounded really good, I think, for the electric guitar. And it had a pretty unique sound for some of the other instruments, but it wasn't as good in most cases as the Yeti. Having said that, if your budget is a little bit less, I do fully recommend the Snowball. I think it is a fantastic microphone, very simple to learn on, just as the Yeti is, but if you don't have that much money, you're not going to go wrong by getting the Snowball. I think it's a good springboard to learn how to record, learn where to put the microphone, and just kind of get your foot in the door of, recording and mixing music. If you've got a little bit more money to throw at it, I would say go with the Yeti, but it really comes down to your budget. They're both good microphones.